So hi guys, welcome back to a new episode. Today's video, tonight, we are having a guest. Do you know who is it? So it's an atheist. Thanks for that. So it's an atheist who's going to be with us tonight. So may I please welcome him?
Thanks for your invitation.
So can we go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. But can I ask you a question? A personal question?
Yeah, sure. Ask me. I am here to answer you.
So my question is your mom and dad alive or did you lost any of your close relatives?
Yes, my mom and dad are keeping good and others as well. And why did you ask this question? Does this question has any value over here?
Yes, it is having a value over here because 70% of the atheists are formed due to the loss of their family members. So they turn atheist. So that's the reason I asked this here. So this has a value
Okay,
over
then
here.
I understand. Can we go forward?
Yeah, sure. What is the reason that made you hate God this much?
I don't hate someone who does not even exist. So what is the point in hating someone who does not even exist?
So if God does not exist, can you please explain how human beings evolved?
So in the case of humans, so as we all know that the reaction is the cause of human body. I mean the human beings, the starting of. So when acid react with the metal, it act upon some kind of chemical change. So what is this chemical change known as? It is a reaction of human body or human beings. So look into the science. Science has already explained this. The science has answered for all the questions of you believers.
Okay then, anything more to say?
Yes, actually the fact is really earning. So there are many people who make benefits of God and the beliefs of others towards God. Do you know God is a product of religion? Do you know that God is just a product of religion? So that religion can earn money with the name of God. Because there are many foolish believers who believe in God more than their life. So they just give all the things which they have to religion. And religion, what they do? They just take and live and die. That's the fact that keep on happening because they don't want to do hard work and work. They're just telling about God and just earning money and living their own life. So God is a product of religion.
So I think you have much more to say about religion. So can you please continue the speech about religion?
So about religion, a group of fools or followers who don't know what is the real or fake. They don't just care about what is real or fake. They don't have the ability to think it is real or fake. So we have mostly three groups which is divided in the strong populated areas of the earth. So we are having three groups and three religions. So let me shout out the three religions: Hindus, Muslims, Christians. So let's take about Hindus. The most believers means the most believers which I have seen. They have 1 million gods for Hindus. So now let's take Muslim, a group of unmaneuvered people and unmarked people, and they are growing as the fastest religion of the world. So let me go to Christians. So about Christian, they are saying that they are having the Son of God named Jesus, and Jesus is the Lord. Whoever knows that Jesus ever lived.
So I hope that much questions only you have left.
Yes, that's all, because I don't have the capability of telling any more because I don't have any opponents over here to face and I have all the proofs which I have. So I will just transmit it to you.
So your questions are over.
Yeah, sure.
So do you know why I was waiting for this much time? I just really wanted you to finish your questions. Who do you think you are? The king of fools? The one and only atheist? I was thinking of something else. So if I just asked you in the middle about the proofs, so you will just stop questioning me and just go away, because you don't have the answers to answer me. So I know that you will run away. So just as the atheist who have been came here. So I don't want that in your case. So that's the reason why I just kept quiet. That's the reason I was keeping silent, so that I can know your questions. Now I am going to answer it. Now ask me your questions. Let me see how much power you have as an atheist.
So this was a trap. I did not expect that from you.
Yes, it is a trap for all others, including you, who are in the list of atheists. So now you need any proof of God? Do you know when you were talking about God, I was keeping silence? Because I just want you to finish the talking and just start with your questions. So now your questions are over. That's why I am free and I am able to talk about you in the manner of any. So the God which I pray does not have infinity time and or anything like that. So you and me are living because of him. That is a proof of us. So I will give you the proofs right now. And do you have any proofs or questions left behind? Then ask me.
I need proofs. Show me the proofs.
Look into the screen for your proofs.
There are numerous examples, and no volumes can be large enough to contain them all, even if they filled the whole planet. Each atom in the universe is actually a proof on the basis of providence, whether we realize this today or will do so tomorrow. A. Insulin, the hormone that allows our bodies to use glucose, is secreted by the pancreas in the exact same amount of sugar we consume. B. The power of our hearts in pumping blood is exactly equal to the energy needed by the muscles when exerting any effort. C. The one-way valve of our stomach prevents the influx of digested food that would otherwise harm us. D. The sphincter muscles located at the gates of our orifices, without which our clothes would have been soiled the whole time. E. The skull bones that are left unfused at birth, so the baby can easily cover the journey through the birth canal without breaking its head. Had these bones been fused, the baby would have never been able to cover this journey except if its skull got broken. These bones stay unfused till the brain is fully developed. F. All the axes of your nerves that convey the electrical signals are covered with a dielectric layer, as we do with electrical wires, so that the electric signals do not get lost or disturb us. G. The electron revolves around the nucleus at a speed of 1,000 kilometers per second, or otherwise it would collapse inside the nucleus by the force of attraction of the positive nucleus, and the universe would have collapsed before it even began. So, this is the ideal speed for forming the atom. H. When two atoms of hydrogen combine, 0.7% of the hydrogen mass turns into energy. If this mass was 0.6% instead of 0.7%, the proton would have not combined with the neutrons, and the universe would have remained in the form of hydrogen, and none of the other elements would have been formed. If the mass converted to energy was 0.8% instead of 0.7%, the fusion would have been too fast, which would have led to the disappearance of hydrogen immediately from the universe, making life impossible. That's why this figure had to be between 0.6% and 0.8%. I. The electron mass constitutes 0.2% of the neutron mass, and this mass is ideal for forming the atom. J. After germination, the buds tend to go up directly to the light source, whereas the roots tend to go down because the buds are highly sensitive to light. All the information they need to function is encoded within the seed, and there are hormones that control the upper and lateral growth of the plant as well as the growth toward the roots, all of which is encoded within the seed. You eat the delicious fruit and throw the dry and tasteless pit away. This way, you are compelled by a controller who governs the whole universe, allowing that fruit to pass its genes all over the earth, giving you the savory taste while hiding the genes in the core of a smooth, dry pit that is not attractive to you. Once the seeds stick to the ground, it starts quietly transforming into branches and roots, and this is how the mother succeeds in passing her genes on to its children. All of this takes place in a plant that has no cognition. So, who adjusted the information for those deaf-mute fruits? And who adjusted the amount of sugar so it would appeal to your palate? Who made the seed unappealing so you could dispense with it and throw it away? Who loaded the seed with sufficient genetic information to create a new plant with all its details and functions? K. Lately, the scientists have been discussing the total mass of the universe and how it is essential for our existence on Earth. Inertia, this blessing which is given to our bodies in the form of resistance to any change in movement, originates from the mass of the universe. Had the inertia been any less than what it is, any soft breeze of wind would have been able to move the rocks, which would not have been able to resist the least amount of effort exerted on them. In a universe like ours, we would have been bombarded by all sorts of flying bodies. If the inertia was more than what it is, we would have found a great difficulty in moving our fingers, if we even managed to move them, and controlling them would have been an improbability. This means we would have been unable to move or do any tangible effort of any kind. The first man created would have not left his spot, and the embryos would have not left the wombs. That is, if they even managed to take form in the wombs. That's why it is particularly interesting that the inertia of any matter had to be identically what it is right now. The thing that baffled the physicists here, as we see in the book, Unity of the Universe by Dennis William Sciyama, is that of this inertia, the whole of the Milky Way galaxy only contributes 1/10,000,000th, the Sun contributes 100,000,000th, and the Earth itself contributes 1,000,000,000th. This leads us to realize that this ideal inertia we live on, and which allows us to partake on all our activities, is the overall value of the whole universe. Consequently, we can particularly say that our existence depends precisely on the mass of the whole universe and its very existence. Allah says what means, "We did not create heaven and earth, and all that is between them in vain." That is the opinion of those who deny the truth. Woe betide those who deny the truth, when they are cast into the fire. Chapter 38, verse 27. The more we ponder and look, the more we realize the marvels, the wisdom, and the intricacies of this creation.
I hope you all watched the video. Thanks for that, guys. It's a pleasure. So, now what's your answer, dear Athist friend? Give me an answer.
About that, it may be I don't know about that word. I just know that what science is proving. I don't know about the proofs that you just showed me. I don't have the answers for you in that proof.
So this is really the problem with all the atheists. They are building a building which don't have a base. That's the problem with you all. So you have any more questions left?
Okay then, I agree that your proofs are defeated me and all the other atheist groups. So let me ask you one thing. One and last question. Where did God come from? Answer me,
I will
bro.
surely give an answer. That's the thing why I am standing here as the host of this show. Look at the screen for this answer. I mean for your answer.
I am confused. Being philosophically consistent and being a very honest person, I'm sure you can tell me where God came from. And in addition, once you've told me where God comes from, please try to clarify how you can figure that a spiritual force can have an impact on a material universe to create it. I think that some years ago we already talked about that kind of thing in philosophical circles at any rate, by posing the question, if angels are made of spiritual matter and a pen is made of material matter and spiritual matter displaces no space, how many angels can dance on the tip of a pen? I have a sense of sort of reversal experience here, but please do, go ahead.
You got 5 minutes. Now, I just want to know which question.
That's all right. You may take the rest of the minute.
We're supposed to do one question at a time. Which one would you like? That was part of the format for the debate. So which question?
I want you to fill in the story of the rest of the beginning of the universe. God, spiritual matter, impact on material matter.
Okay. So 2 questions. All right. Go ahead. All right, your question, where did God come from, assumes that you're thinking of the wrong, obviously it displays that you're thinking of the wrong God, because the God of the Bible is not affected by time, space, or matter. If he's affected by time, space, or matter, he's not God. Time, space, and matter is what we call a continuum. All of them have to come into existence at the same instant, because if there were matter but no space, where would you put it? If there were matter and space but no time, when would you put it? You cannot have time, space, or matter independently. They have to come into existence simultaneously. The Bible answers that in 10 words. In the beginning, there's time. God created the heaven, there's space, and the earth, there's matter. So you have time, space, matter, created a trinity of trinities there. Just, time is past, present, future. Space has length, width, height. Matter has solid, liquid, gas. You have a trinity of trinities created instantaneously, and the God who created them has to be outside of them. If he's limited by time, he's not God. The guy who created this computer is not in the computer. He's not running around in there changing the numbers on the screen, okay? The God who created this universe is outside of the universe. He's above it, beyond it, in it, through it. He's unaffected by it. So the concept that a spiritual force cannot have any effect on a material body, well then I guess you'd have to explain to me things like emotions and love and hatred and envy and jealousy and rationality. I mean, if your brain is just a random collection of chemicals that formed by chance over billions of years, how on earth can you trust your own reasoning processes and the thoughts that you think? Okay, so your question, where did God come from, is assuming a limited God. And that's your problem. The God that I worship is not limited by time, space, or matter. If I could fit the infinite God in my 3-pound brain, he would not be worth worshiping, that's for certain. So that's the God that I worship. Thank you.
You watched the video which I just showed you. So what's your reply?
Bro, this is enough. I have got everything. Bro, before I was coming to this building, I was an atheist. But please leave me. But after going from here, when I am going out of this building, I will go as a believer, because now I know that there is someone behind all of us. So thanks for inviting me in this episode, and I am very happy to be a part of this great show, and you are a good host as well. So thanks for cooperating. Catch you guys next time, man.
So as you all see that what is the belief of an atheist? The building which don't have a base, that's my slogan. And for today's video, that's all. It has been 20 minutes. I have been recording this. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I guess you next time, man. Stay connected.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger.